right, I got a pretty chilling and gruesome story for you right now. So, if you're squeamish, there's no image in here of this story, but this one is called Infant Baby Mauled to Death by Two Pit Bulls while parents were smoking or getting high. Not smoking, we're getting high. If you're squeamish, look away. Don't listen to this one. For me, getting through this one was pretty tough because I read the story before and I'm like, I want to. Somebody sent me the video actually. I go, wow, okay. It was tough. It was tough. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
Couple left the baby in the attic with two pit bulls for up to an hour to smoke marijuana in the basement. The baby was later attacked and later died at the hospital. The couple facing their charges before a judge for the first time today. And as we hear from Monroe County Assistant DA Sarah Van Stradonk, proving the reckless conduct.
Look at that. He looks like he's out of it. And your baby's dead. Yeah, yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's out of it. He don't want to be in this situation.
In this case, as opposed to an accident, is going to be key.
Not a case where a mom puts a baby down on a bed to go to the bathroom or to, quickly tend to another child that was in crisis. The allegations here, we feel, support the recklessness that a reasonable person in these defendant situations would not have acted the way they did. They knew a risk and they consciously disregarded that risk. That is what the allegations are. And obviously, as the case heads forward, I think more will come to light.
Now, the mother's defense attorney tells us the couple had been together dating for a couple of years and do not share any other kids together. Both are being held on $15,000 cash bail, and they are both expected in court again on Tuesday. As for the two dogs, both were euthanized. Anastasia Weaver.
Wow. So there's a lot to unpack in this story. And let's get into it. First thing first, they're 19. 19. They're pretty young. I was born in the 80s. My mom had me at 19. I think 19-year-olds today is the equivalent to the 80s to 80 16-year-old. That's my personal opinion. They're not, people today are not as mature as the people back then. I think what we got going on right now has made people so much softer and they don't have to worry that much about stuff. But they are together, right? These two are together. They're so it happened in the attic. In the attic, right? This is by the way, this is Rochester, New York. Happened in the attic. So they left the baby alone to go to the basement to smoke weed. And somehow I don't know, when I think of an attic, in my attic, you gotta climb up there. There's no steps, but I guess it's different. It's different, and maybe there's a way for the dogs to just go up. And there's two dogs. By the way, the authorities does not know if which of the dog actually committed the I don't want to say the crime, but took the life of this infant. So they just euthanized both of them, which is crazy. I know dog lovers are probably going crazy. And then you guys left a baby alone. Let me tell you something about babies. For a 3-month-old, babies should not be left alone, man. I know sometimes you want to go and at least somebody should be like, I don't know, man, outside of the door to just in case, man, because they roll off the bed. There's so much that can happen to them. And I just watched this video of another case just like this one, where because I was looking for this. 'Cause like I said, I read this before, so I was looking for this, and I ran into this case where they had a 5-month-old, I think, and it was a husky, and the husky mauled the baby again and took that baby's life. I think because, and this is a dog they've had for 9 years, by the way. I think sometimes because we view dogs as children are a part of the family, which they are a part of the family, we forget the nature of animals and where they came from. Because dogs, canines, which derives from that came from wolves, right? They're still animalistic. They still have animal instinct, even though they can come next to you. We have a dog, and that dog comes and just lays there. But sometimes our dog, which is a Yorkie, attacks the kids. It's crazy. One of the crazy. It wouldn't attack me, but attack the kids. The kids would be like, "Your dog is biting me." It's nothing crazy, but he'd be snipping at the kids, right? I think we forget that these are animals, and things like the baby crying, the smell of the baby. They might mistake the baby for 3 month old. They still don't understand the baby, so they might think it's a rag doll. They might not. They might want attention. Some animals do that. They want attention. Not all the attention is going to the baby, and you forgot you got two dogs. That's how they're thinking in their head. Hey, what about me? And I hate to say that, but there's several things that possibly could have happened here. And y'all went downstairs to the basement to smoke weed. I'm thinking a basement. You live in the attic. There's probably 1 to 2 floors that separate the attic from the basement. So you do have to take some time to go down. So how long did you left this baby upstairs to go smoke weed, man? It's sad. I'm even sorry for them as well. I'm very sorry for what happened to this baby. Because some people they'll twist your words and go, "Oh, what about the baby?" I'm very sorry for what happened to the baby. This baby has not seen any kind of life. A very small fraction of life. Didn't get a chance to speak. Now got sight. All the senses now coming together, right? Baby smelling stuff and looking around and stuff like this. The baby didn't get to even start walking yet, talking yet. So I feel very sorry for this baby. But these young kids just kind of ruined their lives as well. And I say kids, but they're technically lawfully adults. And look at what they've done. Man, for anybody out there that's thinking about having kids, because don't let this deter you from having kids. We need more people. So you have to have baby. I hear people say that all the time. I'm never having kids. We need people. And I'm happy they were together. But you got to do things right. Man, I just hope that they've learned their lessons and somehow come out of this stronger and want to help. And by the way, I know people might say, "Hey, everybody need a baby." I'm one of those people saying people should have kids. But not everybody needs kids. Not everybody can take care of kids. Or you gotta wait. For me, I waited. I remember everyone saying, because all for both my grandmothers told me, "Hey, when are you gonna have kids? When are you gonna have kids? Are you gonna have kids after I'm dead? What's going on?" And I remember thinking to myself, because I've had girlfriends, I've had many girlfriends, and I said, "No, I'm gonna wait." And I waited. I waited till I felt like I was mature enough to actually go out there and have a kid with somebody else. And still, even then, it was still issues. Because there's so much that comes with kids. They're crying, especially when they're young. They're crying all the time. Their diapers are wet. You got to feed them. There's so much that's needed. They need more attention than anything else. They're not, even a dog, a small puppy will probably can take care of themselves better. Think of it. In the wild, most animals, they're born with fur. They can walk already from, like, sometimes within half an hour. Some animals, deers, they can walk, they can run. They're already born with clothes on their backs. Babies, human babies, they cannot do nothing. They can't fend for themselves at all. That's why parents are so important to kids, man. I'm sorry if I keep going on like this, but with kids, man, it touches my soul, man, because it just sucks that some people they don't understand how important it is to be a good parent to kids. And that's not just by buying them things. It's several different steps from when they're born all the way through you're gone. Because even right now, as old as I am, I still look forward to talking to my mom and my dad about certain things. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. If you haven't already, do what you do. Like the video, please share it. If you like my content, subscribe. Have a good day. And what a sad story. What a sad story, man.